What's going on? It is your boy Blizz Ricks, and I'm back for another Destiny gameplay. And I did a little something different this time. I went against the grain and uploaded a video of me losing a game. Because why not, man? It builds character. What I wanted to actually talk about was how I got better at playing Destiny. Now, I'm pretty sure like anybody else, when you first started playing the game, you just wasn't all that great. I mean, hey, sometimes you might actually not be that great still. You might be one of those players that has been playing the game and you just can't do it. You always go negative, or you break even. You're at the middle to the bottom of the leaderboard, whatever you want to call it, at the end of the match. You're always at the bottom. And right there, I just made a terrible miscalculation. But I mean, you learn from your mistakes eventually. I'm gonna figure that one out soon enough. I'm working on that one. But yeah, this is for the people that are like that, you know, that want to get better and just can't figure it out. And who's to say I can't make a video? I mean, there's no such thing as too much advice, you know what I mean? Just take a little bit from everywhere and you apply it. Now, what I did to get better at Destiny 2 is, for the most part, I've been playing since Destiny 1, so that helps. I've been playing first-person shooters a lot. I've been playing Call of Duty a lot for many years. I think about, let's see, 9 years I've been playing Call of Duty, so that also helps. But yeah, I just took what I learned from there and also applied it. So after all that, here's something. This is like the first thing I learned: use what's comfortable. Now, you have people that use keyboard and mouse, and you have people that use controller. I play on PC and I use a controller. Yes, I use a controller on PC. Why? Because it is the most comfortable thing for me. There's no reason for me to learn keyboard and mouse because, for one, it has controller support, and I've been using controllers for years. I'm 28 now. I've been using controllers since I was maybe old enough to actually pick up a controller and actually play a game, you know? I started out playing on a Sega Genesis, so yeah. I've been using controller for a very long time. So yeah, it only makes sense. And the whole keyboard and mouse thing just doesn't work for me. I don't care what the so-called advantages are, whatever, man, I'm still good. It's less about the tool, it's more about the person that uses the tool. If you're good on keyboard and mouse, you can get better. If you're good on controller, you can get better. And you got that crowd, oh, but you're at a huge disadvantage. You're not at that much of a disadvantage, despite popular belief, because I have to keep telling people this. The odds of you playing one of those freaks that are able to just do miracles with a keyboard and mouse are very slim. You don't run into those people. Those so-called professional players, you don't run into them. It's very rare that you'll run into someone who could just do all that stuff. And if anything, there's maybe one out of the lobby that can probably pull off some cool moves. But then again, if you're just good at the game, you're all right. Another thing is map awareness. You definitely need to know what's going on. Pay attention to your mini map or your radar, whatever the equivalent is. Pay attention to where your teammates are dying. Pay attention to the kill feed also. Pay attention to the kill feed, listen for sounds. There are so much things going on that you have to pay attention to. But you learn this stuff little by little. You just have to make a mental note to actually be aware of this stuff. And it definitely helps. Knowing where your teammates are, knowing where your enemy is, learning spawns. You know, you get a hang of this stuff over time, and you just have to play. Another main thing is keep your crosshair centered. Keep your crosshair centered as much as you can, because that is where the enemy is going to be. Now, if you don't have your crosshair centered, you're gonna be shooting at people's legs. You might shoot at the sky, hit somebody's arm. Like, you want to be at least be able to start off at the chest, at the upper chest, actually. Now, there's a lot of people out there that'll say, aim for the head, aim for headshots. Yes, aiming for headshots is cool. That is something I recommend for players who are already good at the game and you want to improve even further. If you're just trying to get better at the game to become a decent player, start with upper chest. you know, because people like to crouch shot a lot, so you might get lucky and hit yourself a critical headshot. But it's good practice to start with aiming for the chest, because that turns into, okay, I'm good there, now I can start aiming for the head. You see how that works? Yeah. Positioning is also a very good thing. You want to make sure that you have a good line of sight on people, and you want to break lines of sight on enemies, because you do not want to get, you know, you see what I'm doing right here? I'm making sure that they can't hit me. I'm also making sure that I'm aware of where they are. It's not working good enough for me right there because he pulled out a sniper, but you know, positioning. It's definitely something that helps. As you can see that he used positioning very well. He made it so that I wasn't able to hit him too many times, and he was able to get shots on me. That's the greatness of positioning. Another thing, in Destiny 2, use weapons that have a very nice balance for you. Now, this is not just use guns that are very strong, or use guns that, you know, like low recoil weapons definitely help you get a feel for the game. So, I mean, for example, what I would recommend is using the 600 RPM auto rifles if you can get your hands on one. But the 360s, I think that's a safer bet to start off with, but I wouldn't use that in the Crucible to start off with. I would probably start off practicing against the random enemies out, you know. It helps you get a feel for it. Like everything you get your feel for out there in the field. But yeah, the burst rifle I'm using, this has a nice balance for me, so I'm able to just work magic with it over time. You know, but yeah. Another thing you have to do is have some confidence. You can't be discouraged. You can't be afraid. It's just a video game. You know, it's just a video game. You're going in there to have fun, but you're also going in there to learn a little something from every encounter. Every encounter, every match is always a learning experience. You should never be discouraged. You should never let anything break your confidence. I don't care if someone's teabagging you. I don't care if someone's emoting on you. Always remain confident in your shots. Commit to your shots. You're definitely going to be rewarded for it in the long run. Predictive thinking is another thing you show. Oh, look, see, I finally got that guy. You know, you can't slide. Yeah, once I get a hang of it, you can't slide shotgun me. It's not going to work anymore. But yeah, predictive thinking, that ties into the map awareness thing, like knowing where people are. But I would say, you know, when you predictive thinking, keep note at how much shots you have left in your magazine, when you have to reload, what gun someone's approaching you with. You know, a good practice is to start thinking 2 steps ahead of what you're normally doing, and eventually you'll be able to do further than that. You'll be able to plan every move to make sure that you get the best move possible for you. And now in Destiny 2, you also practice a character. You know, like for me, Hunters are just really good. It just fits my playstyle, running around and being quick. You know, like not being too floaty. I like to try to get close to the ground. The reloading, like Hunters is just more for gun-on-gun gameplay, and that's my style. Gun-on-gun, quick, focusing on just kills. You know, that's just me. But yeah, you practice around with other classes, see what works for you. And who knows, you might find something that really works for you, your play style, and then boom, there you go. You're already right there where you need to be. Set a goal for yourself in every match, or going into every match. Say, I want to be able to get 5 kills without dying, or start off even slow. I want to get a double kill. Boom, I want to get 3 kills. I want to get 5 kills without dying. Eventually, once you start getting used to doing those consistently, you know, okay, I want to do that 5 times in a row, 3 times in a row. It just helps you out get better. You know, those goals become nothing more than just usual things to you now. It's as simple as breathing after a while, you know. The final thing is simply just play the game, you know. You have to play the game. You have to actually put some kind of time into it so you can actually apply everything that you're going to learn. You have to play the game. You can't just go on it, you know, maybe like once every month or something and expect yourself to get good. You have to actually play the game. That's if you really want to get better at said game. You have to play it. You can't half-ass it. That's simply what it is. But yeah, that's all those things is how I get better. I'm still learning how to get even better from doing a look at me, I'm just sitting down because the game's over for me. You know, but yeah, that's simply how you would get better. That's how I got better, and hope this helped you guys. If not, I mean, just ask me a question. I got answers, you know. Everything works, you know. Just drop a comment and let me know. I'm out. I'm BlizzRix. Peace.